Hey everybody, Randy Carter with Angler's Choice here. Hope everybody's doing well today. Just wanted to take a moment, touch base with everybody, let you know what's coming up for the rest of the year. Tournament season is starting to kick off, and Angler's Choice Team Tournament Trail is doing the same thing. We're going to start things off on Lake Wiley this month, February 28th and March 1st. That's 2 individual tournaments. We're doing daily tournaments. We're not doing 2-day events this year like we did last year, so we have 8 individual tournaments. We're doing them on weekends, so you can knock 2 out each weekend, and it's sometimes easier for folks to travel. In the tournament trail, we're paying all our contingencies that we normally pay: Angler's Choice, Angler's Bucks, small 5 of the day, big 3 of the day, small fish of the day, and all manufacturer contingencies and everything, if we have 60 boats or more, are going to be in effect. We're also going to do a side pot this year, which the entry for that is $60. It's going to be a 50-30-20 payout. So that's something a little different this year we're doing. We're looking forward to that. So things are going to start rolling here at the end of this month. We have our registration page up. You can go to anglerschoicemarine.com and visit the registration page, get signed up. All of our tournaments are listed there. Pay your memberships, get all that taken care of. Once you've done that, it's time to come fish. So if you have any questions about what's coming, anything that might be going on with the tournament trail, please reach out anytime. We'd love to have you fish. Visit our website, anglerschoicemarine.com. Visit us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Give us a like, share, comment, anything you can do. We hope you come fish with us this year. We look forward to seeing you. Have a great day.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. I did just want to chime in about the Angler's Choice Tournament Series real quick. They are some of the most fun tournaments that I fish all year. They're run extremely well, you have really good payouts, and at the end of the year, if you fish at least 4 tournaments with them, then you get to qualify for the Classic. And the Classic is a $25,000 first place prize. So click the link down in the description below, go check it out, come fish with us over at Angler's Choice. Today's video is going to be about minnow rods. I posted when I got my new minnow rods probably 6 or so months ago, and I've noticed lately, at least in the last 4 or 5 videos, the most common question I've been getting is, what is that rod that you're using for that minnow setup? We're going to talk about some of these Shimano minnow rods today and hopefully answer some of your guys' questions. Alright, so first up, we're going to talk about my favorite minnow rod of all time. This is the Poison Adrina. It's a 610 medium light solid tip, and it is phenomenal for basically anything an 1/8 of an ounce and under. I use this primarily with an 1/8 ounce, either a freeloader Sakamata shad or the Gyataku shad from Big Bag Outdoors, and I mean, it just doesn't get much better than this setup. You have the monocoque butt section of the rod. The reel seat feels really nice. Like, this thing just feels so good in your hand. It's extremely light. Personally, for me, I really like a shorter minnow rod. Either 6'9", 6'10" seems to be that sweet spot from all of the different rods that I've really messed around with. I will throw some on a 7.2 once in a while, but 6'10" is definitely, for me, my favorite setup and size to throw a minnow on. I've got this paired up with 10-pound braid to an 8-pound fluorocarbon leader.
And you're telling me that's 8-pound line?
And I'm throwing the 2500 size Shimano Vanford on there as well. Now again, I'm throwing all of my lighter baits on this setup. It's a medium light with a solid tip, so it definitely feels a little whippy, but honestly, for all the guide trips that I've run, and basically anybody that I'm fishing with that picks this up that has never fished it, good luck getting it out of their hands. A 610 medium light doesn't sound like a rod that would necessarily be very good for fighting big fish, but hooking a fish any size on this setup, I'm never worried. Once I have them pinned, it's basically game over. Like, I don't like to sound cocky, but the rod is not going to be something that becomes an issue in that scenario. So that's rod number 1. Favorite minnow setup of all time right there. 610 medium light Poison Adrina solid tip, 2500 Vanford, 10-pound braid, 8-pound fluorocarbon leader. But let's take a look at the second rod that I've been using as my minnow setup. Also a 610, but this one's a medium action solid tip X Pride. This one, also 2500 Vanford, 10-pound braid, 8-pound fluorocarbon leader. Both very similar. This one just has a little bit more backbone to it for the heavier jig heads, but so good. I have a lot of the APPRAISAL series rods, both spinning and casting. It is still on the higher end. It's not as expensive as the Poison Adrina, but still expensive. Don't get me wrong, like, it is pricey. Definitely pricey, but very much worth it. I'm using this rod primarily for my heavier Jighead Minnow setups. So 1/8 to 3/8 ounce. This one, similarly to the Poison Adrina, extremely sensitive. The solid tip with the Jighead Minnows, I feel like it does a little extra for you without having to do as much work as the fisherman. So the solid tip is going to be softer in general than a standard rod. The top 6 inches or so of both of these rods are completely solid, whereas a normal graphite rod, it has a hollow core. So the solid tip is going to have a little bit of extra bend, but then once it hits the hollow piece of the blank, that's where your backbone comes in. But it's only the top 6 inches of the rod that's going to have a really good amount of play. So when you're shaking that minnow, whether it's up or to the side or whatever, I'm basically utilizing that solid tip section of the rod until it hits the blank of the rod on a semi-slack line until it hits the jig head while you're working it back. And I really think that it makes that bait roll so much better, and it keeps it from doing an up and down kind of action and just makes it roll a lot better. That's something that I've noticed a lot lately, at least this year, especially fishing with a lot of different people and having clients on the boat and trying to teach fishing this Jighead Minnow setup. Is a lot of guys will work it way too hard, and I know that they're making the bait go up and down, and it's like they can get the fish's attention, but then they're starting to work it, and I'm telling them, you know, work it a little faster, keep it away from them, and they're working it too hard up and down, and it immediately turns the fish off. Whereas if you can keep it coming across on like a horizontal plane and you're making that bait rock more, that is what triggers them to really like come after the bait. And then you can start bringing it up a little bit, and that's when they bite, at least in my experience. So I do kind of feel like the solid tip helps in that aspect of things. I've never used a solid tip rod before 6 months ago when I got these two setups, but they're phenomenal. Like, I've had 0 issues with them. I feel 100% confidence using both of these, and yeah, I hope this answers your questions. That was, again, the most common question that I got over the last 4 or 5 videos regarding the Jighead Minnow setups. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.